Hi Rockers, Joe here. Today I'm going to be making pesto. Pesto is basically a bunch of basil, pine nuts, olive oil, and a few other ingredients. It's great in pastas or as a pizza spread before you put your cheese on. It's really delicious, it's healthy, and it's easy to make. I hope you enjoy watching and following along. Thanks, Rockers. This recipe will make about 2 cups of pesto. I'm going to start out with a dry skillet that's already been warmed up for a few minutes, and I'm just going to toast the pine nuts. What we want is a nice brown color on them. As you can see, they're browning. It's been about 4 or 5 minutes in the pan, and I'm just going to remove them now that most of them are brown. So I have my basil leaves here, and we're just gonna pull them off the stems. Now I just want to make sure I have about 2 cups of basil, so I'm just gonna pack it in my cup loosely. And yep, 2 cups. I have my pine nuts. I'm using 2 cloves of garlic. Actually 3. I love garlic. Then my fresh Parmesan cheese. I'm just going to grate it. What we're going for is about a half of a cup of Parmesan cheese. So I'm a little short, so I'm just going to grate a little bit more. I'm using pretty high-end Parmesan cheese. It's a little pricey, but at the same time, it lasts a long time when you buy a decent amount of it. This olive oil I brought from Italy, but I would recommend just using a decent olive oil, which in Spain, almost all the olive oils are delicious and decent. So at this point, I'm just gonna grind the pine nuts first in my food processor, and then I'll add my cloves of garlic and grind that as well. Now I want to pack my basil leaves into this food processor with Parmesan cheese. I couldn't get it all in, so I just did a portion of it, and then once I start mixing it, it'll cook down. So salt, pepper, and then my olive oil, about a half of a cup of olive oil. Now that it's blended down, I'm adding the rest of my ingredients, and I'll blend it all together with just a little bit more olive oil. So overall, I used about almost 3/4 cup of olive oil. You can try it, and then I thought it was a little thick, so I just added a little bit more olive oil. And it's perfect. At this point, just put it in your container, or you can serve it immediately. I do think it's nice to let it sit a little while, and the garlic infuses into the oil a little bit more. So I'll probably use it in the next few hours and make some pasta. Thanks for watching, Rockers. I hope you enjoyed.